Safety is the state of being safe, the condition of being protected from harm or other dangers. It encompasses measures and practices designed to prevent accidents, harm, and adverse health effects, ensuring the well being of individuals, property, and the environment. Occupational safety focuses on risks in the workplace that can cause injury to workers. What is hazard? Hazard is something that has the potential to cause harm. There are several types of hazards: physical, accidental, chemical, economic, biological, psychological, etc. Examples: electricity, chemicals, working up a ladder, noise, stress. What is risk? Risk is the likelihood or probability that a person will be harmed or experience an adverse health effect if exposed to a hazard. It also includes the severity of the potential harm. So risk is often assessed by considering two main factors, which are likelihood and severity. So the risk is likelihood into severity. What is accident? An accident is an unplanned, unexpected event that results in injury, illness, damage, or loss. In the context of health and safety, accidents typically refer to incidents that occur in the workplace, leading to harm to employees, damage to property, or disruption of operations. What is unsafe act, unsafe condition, and near miss? An unsafe act is any action by an individual that increases the risk of an accident or injury. An unsafe condition is a physical state or situation in the workplace that poses a risk of accident or injury. A near miss, also known as a close call, is an incident where no injury, illness, or damage occurred, but there was a potential for it. What is safety induction? Safety induction is an initial training session provided to new employees, contractors, or visitors to familiarize them with the health and safety policies, procedures, and practices of an organization. The primary purpose of a safety induction is to ensure that everyone entering the workplace understands the potential hazards, knows how to work safely, and is aware of the safety protocols in place. What is toolbox talk? A toolbox talk is a casual safety meeting that is usually held before a work shift to discuss safety hazards and safe work practices. What is safety committee? A safety committee is a group of individuals within an organization who are responsible for overseeing and promoting workplace health and safety. The committee typically includes representatives from various levels and departments of the organization, such as management, employees, and safety professionals, to ensure a comprehensive approach to safety. What is HSE policy? An HSE, Health, Safety, and Environmental Policy, is a formal statement by an organization that outlines its commitment to managing health, safety, and environmental matters. This policy serves as a framework for setting objectives, guiding decision making, and promoting a culture of safety and environmental stewardship within the organization. What are the duties of a safety officer? The duties of safety officer revolve around ensuring a safe working environment and promoting a culture of health and safety within an organization. Their responsibilities usually include risk assessment and hazard identification, policy development and implementation, training and education, incident investigation and reporting, safety audits and inspections, emergency preparedness and response, promoting safety culture within an organization, regulatory compliance, documentation and record keeping, and health and safety committees. What is JSA? JSA or Job Safety Analysis or JHA, Job Hazard Analysis, is a step-by-step process used to identify potential hazards associated to the job and recommend suitable control measures. What is HAZOP? HAZOP or Hazard and Operability Study is a risk assessment technique. It is used to identify and evaluate problems that might represent risk to personnel or equipment or prevent efficient operation. By doing deviation analysis. Deviation analysis is identifying deviations from normal operation and their causes. HIRA stands for Hazard Identification and Risk Assessment. It is a proactive risk management which helps identify and address hazards before they lead to incidents. HIRA is a systematic process which includes identification of hazards in the workplace and assess the risks associated with them. Methods for identifying hazards may include workplace inspections, reviewing incident reports, employees' interviews, and analyzing work processes. Risk assessment include evaluating the likelihood and severity using risk metrics or other tools to quantify and prioritize risk based on their likelihood and severity. It also includes implementation of control measures, which can be elimination, substitution, engineering controls, administrative controls, or PPE. What is ERDMP or ERP? ERDMP, Emergency Response and Disaster Management Plan, or ERP, Emergency Response Plan, are frameworks used to prepare for and manage emergency situations effectively. What is an accident investigation? An accident investigation is a systematic process aimed at understanding the root cause of an accident or incident in order to prevent its recurrence. This process involves identifying the underlying factors that led to the accident and developing corrective actions to address these factors. What is a safety audit? A safety audit is a systematic and comprehensive review of an organization's health and safety policies, procedures, and practices. The primary objective of a safety audit is to ensure that the organization is complying with regulatory requirements and following best practices to minimize risks and prevent accidents and injuries. Permit to Work System or PTW is a standard operational procedure used by organizations to issue documented permission to perform tasks that are considered hazardous or non-routine. This system ensures that proper safety protocols are followed before, during, and after the work is performed. There are several types of work permit depending on the requirement of the companies, which are like hot work permit. Hot work permit is given for activities that involve open flames, sparks, or high temperatures such as welding, cutting, or grinding. Cold work permit for activities that do not generate heat but still pose other hazards such as maintenance, inspection, or construction tasks. Confined space entry permit. Confined space is a space which has limited entry or exit for work. In confined spaces where there are risks such as toxic gases, oxygen deficiency, etc. Electrical work permit, excavation permit, radiation work permit, working at height permit, lifting operations permit, chemical work permit, etc. are examples. What is confined space? A confined space is an area that is large enough for an employee to enter and perform work, but has limited or restricted means for entry and exit and is not designed for continuous occupancy. These spaces can present significant hazards such as toxic or flammable atmosphere, lack of oxygen, or physical dangers like engulfment or entrapment. What is LOTO? LOTO stands for Lockout Tagout, a safety procedure used to ensure that the machines and equipments are properly shut off and cannot be started up again before maintenance or repair work is completed. This procedure protects workers from the release of hazardous energy which could cause injury or death. Lockout is physically locking the energy isolation device, example circuit breaker, valve, in the off position to prevent the machinery from being energized, and placing a tag on the lock device to indicate that the equipment should not be operated. The tag should include the reason for the lockout and the name of the person who applied it and the date. What is CAPA? CAPA stands for Corrective Action and Preventive Action. Corrective action is taken to eliminate the root cause of an identified non-conformance, defect, or other undesirable situation to prevent its recurrence. Preventive action is taken to eliminate the causes of potential non-conformances, defects, or other undesirable situation to prevent their occurrence. Of what height work permit is required? 1.8 meters. What is a scaffolding? Scaffolding is a temporary structure used to support workers and materials during the construction, maintenance, or repair of buildings and other structures. It provides a safe and stable platform at various heights, ensuring workers can perform tasks that would otherwise be difficult or dangerous. Types of scaffoldings. Supported scaffoldings include frame scaffolding, tube and coupler scaffolding, system scaffolding. Suspended scaffoldings include swing stage, multi-point adjustable scaffoldings. Rolling scaffoldings, mobile scaffolding, cantilever scaffolding, pump jack scaffolding, ladder jack scaffolding, trestle scaffolding. What is LEL and UEL? LEL is lower explosive limit, UEL is upper explosive limit. LEL is the lowest concentration of a gas or vapor in the air that can produce a flame or explosion when an ignition source is present. UEL is the highest concentration of a gas or vapor in the air that can produce a flame or explosion when ignition source is present. Concentration above this limit are too rich to ignite because there is not enough oxygen to sustain combustion. Below what depth excavation permit is required? 1.2 meters. What are various fire extinguishing principles? Fire extinguishing principles are based on disrupting one or more elements of the fire triangle, which are heat, fuel, and oxygen. Here the primary principles are cooling, lowering the temperature of the fuel to below its ignition point, smothering, cutting off the oxygen supply to the fire, starvation, removing the fuel source, and chemical inhibition, interrupting the chemical reaction within the fire. Certain extinguishers like dry chemical extinguishers release agents that interfere with the chemical reactions occurring in the combustion process, effectively stopping the fire. How to operate a fire extinguisher? To operate a fire extinguisher, use the pass technique. P stands for pull. Pull the pin to break the seal. A stands for aim. Aim the nozzle or hose at the base of the fire. S stands for squeeze. Squeeze the handle to release the extinguishing agent. S stands for sweep. Sweep the nozzle or hose from side to side at the base of the fire until it is extinguished. What are the risks involved in welding? Electrical shock, fumes and gases, fire and explosions, burns, radiation, noise, physical injury. What is flash point? The flash point is the lowest temperature at which a liquid can form an ignitable mixture in air near its surface.